My name's Rob Dunaway. I'm with the League of Indian Nations and also the International Parliament. Right. League of Indian Nations, and recognized by them from the Strong Arm Preservation Movement. Recognized in the Vienna Convention of 1961 as a diplomat for the International Parliament of Safety and Peace. Yes, sir. I would like to get your opinion of the, the effect that this can have. For one day, how would it help if we did it more often?
As far as the checkpoints and stuff like that?
Right.
If we had more manpower, we could be doing checkpoints several times a day throughout the reservation.
Right.
But there's only 5 of us that cover the whole reservation, thousands of miles. Line that makes it a little difficult to cover all the areas. One of the areas that we like to focus on is on the reservation, such as White Clay, over by scenic South Dakota, interior, and then over again by Sweats and Mark area. So to cover all those areas with 5 guys is a little difficult, but we try to hit spot checks every now and then to try to help alleviate some of the issues. Alcohol causes a lot of things on our reservation, death and dying, abuse of our children and our women. So we do what we can to try to help. So.
What do you, in your opinion, what could the Nebraska State Police do to help you guys do your job more efficiently?
Just being present more, not too often. You see highway patrol up in White Clay, it's usually there to respond after something's already happened instead of being proactive and stopping vehicles up here. I don't know if we recorded it, came out there without no plates or anything on the vehicle, but there was nobody up in White Clay to stop that vehicle,
Exactly. In reference to what Officer Greenwald's talking about, if people would elaborate and collaborate together on the issue of combat the illegal flow of alcohol, the spread of races and dry res, and the full cooperation what's being conducted today is a prime example that even some of the law enforcement personnel do care, along with the local citizens, as long as Strongheart is making this attempt to work with them together. This is how these checkpoints, what he talked about, can administer a safeguard to protect the dry reservation. And what he said was right. Nebraska is a prime example of how they always legislate policies and procedures that doesn't really affect our people. Now, let's say if we go into Rushville, Nebraska, and he can know this as a person that is part of law enforcement, you don't see the outside contaminations that you have in this little hamlet. Why? Because number one, the citizens of Rushville, which is Sheridan County, they act accordingly by working with law enforcement to clean up the streets because it's contaminating their place of business. And that's why they enforce, the accurate provision law. If this is a premises, then this can't be tolerated. And so that's what you have community action networking. Okay, so this is the second year of our attempt to work with the solidarity clubs and law enforcement. And this has been a prime day to have this interview with
Thank you.
That's where Mr. Obama needs to understand that. If you take the BIA out of context and eliminate it completely, we wouldn't have this epidemic crisis in White Clay. We can actually trust our law enforcement and work with them like what we're doing today. That should be an insult to white society's colonial enforcement. And who protects them when they are being subjugated to get removed from the law enforcement department? They have rights too. But you think Obama's going to step up and safeguard them. There's officers off duty, suspended because they're trying to bring change. They've seen how the corruption works within the ideology of the American government is vested upon corruption. Why do you think they got bunks down in D.C. in your guys' caliber, man, legislating for the rights of our people? You know, nobody of color except their own speaks for themselves.
White Clay, Nebraska continues to be a situation that will not go away. Some people claim that there is no end to the alcohol consumption that is taking place on or near the reservation. Prostitution and illegal activities have taken place there for years, and the native people are allowed to drink in the streets and pass out without the intervention of the Nebraska police. Even among the inner cities in America, where alcohol is consumed in large quantities, people are not left in the street face down while police and medical personnel pass them by on a continuous basis. People passed out, having sex in the street, and falling down in the road with open containers of alcohol that they purchased from stores who continue to sell to people who are far beyond inebriated is unacceptable. And it reveals a lack of empathy and care from the U.S. government and the officials of Nebraska to allow such travesties to occur. These people are hurting and desperately need help. Alcoholism is a disease, and we cannot allow people to fall victim to disease and profit off their misery. The message that White Clay sends to the native people is that white communities do not care about the Indians. White people are only interested in tax revenue and profit. Regardless of whether the stores are left open or closed, the bottom line is that police should be required to do their jobs. The Lakota people are a sovereign group, but White Clay lies on American soil, which makes the American government responsible for the welfare of these people. Furthermore, the tribal government is accepting aid from the American government, and that assistance money is not being distributed to the Lakota people on the reservation. The corrupt tribal governments are using United States citizens' tax-paying money and not helping the people on the reservation. Additionally, the tribal government is twisting U.S. laws in a way that further oppresses the people. We are not blaming the U.S. government. We are just asking the government to stay true to its word of helping all people in America, especially the native people. We are asking the United States government to step in and lend a helping hand, because the people suffering the most are the children and elderly, both which are precious vessels of life, culture, and heritage.
Talking about tradition. The young ones here, the language, we understand the language. And that's what we're here today. This is a change we want to make to our young ones. The elders here, our next generation. Down at my place. They want to go in the shops.
Tell them what they need to do.
Sometimes I want to ask you from the Arsenal school, but it's like fullback, because it's
They're going to be here for the next few days, so I'm going to bring them around you guys. That's because you're not having to President Obama.
See the president?
These kids are good. I want to kind of see
We want the President of the United States to stop people drinking and so.
Good, thank you.
When you look at Officer